Hello everyone, and this is Inayat Mir with my Active Directory Federation services using Windows Server 2016 operating system. You are going to see the whole scenario. I do have a PDF. If you want PDF, I can email you, but I would suggest that just pause the video, read the scenario, read the topics what I am going to cover, and continue with the practice. If you do not have Hyper-V or a VMware environment with virtual computers, just let me know. I will help you to set up as well. So this is a Windows Server 2016 where have a multi-forest environment. We have a treeresearch.net domain and we have a datum.com domain. So in between these two domains we are going to set up a federation relation. So Active Directory Federation server will be installed on my LONDC1 first, and we will continue same with the other end as well with the both forests. So I am going to log in into my LON-DC1, which is a domain controller. Domain name is adatum.com. So I am posting my email periodically. Whenever you need, you just copy it. Let me know what you need from this video. I will split this video with several parts so you can understand better. This is my DNS. First, we need to have a two-way transitive trust between domain A and domain B. That means adatum.com and treeresearch.net. On adatum.com, treeresearch.net will be my DNS domain name. We need to add IP address of tree-dc1 host, which is a treeresearch.net domain. You will see this will be resolved about in few minutes. At this time we will ignore that. If you see that it is trying to resolve, but it will take a while, so we will store this in the forest. This was my adatum.com part. We can move on to treeresearch.net to do the same, because in order to have a two-way transitive trust, first we have to meet domain functional levels, which we do. We have 2008 or better. So you can leave, when you install operating system and the domain, you can leave the default domain functional level and the forest functional level and continue, or you can customize it. We are going to go into a DNS console once again, but at this time at tree-dc1. Whenever you log into the server first time or to the domain first time, you have to wait until your server manager shows a sign that it is refreshed. Same thing, we need to create a condition forwarder with a DNS name adatum.com, because we are at this time at treeresearch.net. We need to add 172.16.0.10 IP, which belongs to adatum.com. Again, we want to store this condition forwarder in Active Directory and replicate it in the forest. So we are done for this process. We do have a domain functional level and forest functional level in place. Now we do have a conditional forwarders in each domain, from adatum to treeresearch.net and from treeresearch to adatum.com. So we are all set. If we want to test a transitive trust between these two domains, we should go and do it from Active Directory Domain and Trust. First, let's go and work with a certificate services. First, we have to get the certificate from traderesearch.net. This is trade-dc1.traderesearch.net_traderesearch. So this is a certificate or root certificate of traderesearch.net. We can install it on LON-DC1, or we can add into a trusted root certificate authority. But let's first copy from traderesearch.net into your own DC's local drive. Then we can go and use a group policy method first at DC1. Secondly, we go into tray-DC1, which is traderesearch.net, and we will directly install a certificate from adatum.com. So we have to go to group policy, default domain policy, Windows settings, security settings, under your computer configuration, and you have to look for public key policy. Click on Windows setting, and then security settings, and you would look for public key policy, and we will go into trusted root certification authority, and you right click anywhere once it is selected and import the certificate what we just copied from traderesearch.net. You browse it to that certificate at root drive, which I have pasted in C drive. Click on open. Next, and you have to place this under your trusted root certificate authorities, which is already selected. Once you click on next and finish, you should receive a prompt that a success. Okay, so this process was done. On the other end, now we can go into our trade DC1, where we are going to get a certificate from adatum.com. So click on tray DC1 host name. Server was already logged in. Now you can use a UNC path, Universal Naming Convention, for DC1, where we have a shared folder, cert enroll. Now you have to look for l1-dc1.adatum.com_adatum.ca.crt, which is actually a root certificate of adatum.com. So you just simply can install it to the local machine, because we are going to install this on a host. Again, at this time you have to click on place all certificates in the following store and select trusted root certification authority and wait for a success prompt or message. Okay, so this part has been completed. So far we established a two-way transitive trust. We created conditional forwarders on each side of the domain. We need to add now a host record in our DNS servers, but that part can be done later on. This is a member server, LON-SVR1. We can go from the member server to the PowerShell. If you don't feel a comfortable screen at PowerShell, you can increase font, but currently we are doing just update at the client side You also can use a forward slash space, a forward slash force switch if you want to. It is not necessary at this point, so you just have to update computer policy and user policies from a elevated command prompt or from a PowerShell window, which is supposed to be an admin window. So I was logged in as an administrator here. Now we are going to create a certificate from L1 SVR1, which is very important. So you are going to create a domain certificate, and I will fill up the blanks offline which are required. For London, England, CRQ or certificate assigning request, we can choose a datum. Friendly name could be any, but you can choose the friendly name as advised. A datum test app, because we are going to work on a datum and test app environment. That is where we are going to test our certificate services. If at this point this wizard fails, go back to lon-dc1 and restart Active Directory certificate services. This is as simple. So now you can see this certificate, and these are all the information I put that will show under your subject alternate name and your subject name. So this part was done. Now you have to check the binding order, where you can place a certificate as a secure, like an SSL certificate. You can review existing certificates, you can add new certificate. Port 80 is a default port. You can add port of 443. So this was the part 1 of this video, where we have completed few requirements, including conditional forwarders, transitive trust, and some other things. Okay, so now you will see the second part, where we are going to create a DNS record for a federation server, Active Directory federation servers. We will install Active Directory federation services first form. We will configure, and we are going to then verify after this part for the federation servers functionalities. I think I should come back in the second part, so I don't want you to get bored on this one. So we will continue right from this point in my part 2. Thank you for watching. This is Inayat Mir.